Hey guys, what's going on? This is Deadly, and today we are talking about No Man's Sky. I finally got my hands on the game tonight, and I was able to put about 7 hours into the game, and I've been following this game pretty religiously since 2014, so I'm going to be going over some of the things I really liked about it, some of the things I don't like about the game, and my overall impressions about the game and it moving forward. Let's touch on the big topic. Does it live up to the hype? Well, there was a lot of things that Sean Murray and the development team promised that didn't actually get into the game. And some of the procedural generation for the plants and for the wildlife aren't as diverse as you would think. I mean, I've only been running around probably a couple dozen planets, and I've already run into some pretty repetitive things, especially with the plant life, collecting zinc, health resources, things like that. Things are very similar, so it's not like every planet is going to be completely different. There's going to be some odd changes here and there, maybe the way it looks, the size of the planet, just the way the color schemes, but for the most part, there's a lot of similar planets. There's a lot of similar plant life. I think plant life is the one that really isn't as diverse as they said it was going to be. But the animals, I don't know if there's been some bugs where maybe not all the animals are spawning, but I find that I always seem to run into the animals that are very similar to each other pretty much constantly. So that area of the game is definitely not living up to the hype. But the planetary exploration, the technologies, the aliens, the freedom, running towards the galactic core, all of that is awesome. And if you aren't really into discovering really interesting creatures and plant life, you're probably going to like this game. So that's just kind of like an addition to the game, and that you can earn some money by going around and being like Pokemon Snap, finding different animals, different plants, different planets, and uploading it to the Atlas to make money. But it is not required, and so far I haven't spent a whole lot of time doing that in my game. When it comes to collecting resources, you have like 3 major ways of getting them, like trading with other aliens, which is currently one of my favorites, by going to like a trading port or a space station and just watching all the different ships come in and then initiating trades and conversations with them. You can also shoot asteroids, but those really only have like copper and like iridium and very specific minerals. And then obviously the planets, the less dangerous the planet is, typically the less rare resources spawn there. So if you're going to be going to a planet that has really crazy toxic rain or like lots of sandstorms or very high security, you're going to be finding more rare resources there that you can sell on the market or use to create more rare technologies. One of the coolest things about the technologies is they can actually stack. So you can get these stigmas and all sorts of different variety of effects. Like you can turn your multi-tool into like a shotgun or like an assault rifle or like a sniper rifle or this like crazy like grenade launcher or very precision mining tool. There's a lot of cool things that you do, and every upgrade that you make to the weapon, some of them will physically change the gun, and others will actually physically change like the way the beams look. So if you have like a mining tool and you upgrade it with a lot of different stacked like technologies, it will change the way that beam fires and how it reacts with the minerals. So it does give you a lot of incentive to go out there and work on upgrading your multi-tool and also upgrading your ship in a very similar fashion and your eco suit as well. There's lots of different cool technologies, and I never really expected that part of the game, so it's probably the biggest surprise. It's kind of like Path of Exiles in a way, where you can go out there and find different cool rare techs and then stack them together to make really cool effects. So that's probably going to be the thing that I'm going to be most excited for and going after in No Man's Sky. Second to the technologies will be the alien races. So there's these monoliths that are spread out across all of the planets. And whenever you discover them, you can learn interesting things about these races, specifically languages. So every single monolith you go and find, you learn a different word, which will eventually make you better at negotiating and increasing your reputation with all of the alien races, or that specific alien race that you're learning words for. I've ran into the Vy'keen race the most it was the race that was dominating my local solar system as soon as I got into the game. So I've been making it my mission to learn as much as I can about that race and find as many monoliths as possible. So it's kind of like my like alternative objective to what I'm normally doing. And it's a lot of fun. So eventually I would love to know pretty much as many words as I possibly can so I can engage in full-scale conversations with this alien race, which may benefit me down the road. I have no idea what's going to happen when you can actually understand every single word that they say. You do have a questing system in a way with No Man's Sky. It's like indirect. You don't really have a log for it. But you have two primary goals. The first one is obviously reaching the galactic center. And the second one is actually collecting Atlas technologies, which is kind of they consider it, I guess, the creator of the solar system, this old, really old alien race. So you go around and you are supposed to be going and collecting this like Atlas resource. I wish I knew more about it, but I only have a couple hours into the game and I've only finally got one of my Atlas passes. And there's different levels and ranks for these Atlas passes that you can get, and the higher Atlas pass rank you have, the more like interesting doors you can open in space centers and things like that. And also, like, there's sometimes you can find containers on planets, but you need a certain Atlas pass to actually like open it. So it kind of encourages you to go out there and explore the solar system to collect these rare technologies instead of just free roaming. But it is absolutely not required. You can just free roam and go right to the center of the universe if you want. And lastly, I'm going to be talking about multiplayer, or the lack thereof, and it is probably the biggest thing that's been going on in the community of No Man's Sky. The biggest complaint has been understanding what level of multiplayer is actually in the game. And two people were able to meet up with each other in the galactic map and go to the same solar system, and they couldn't really engage with each other. They kind of showed up with like a ghost, kind of like an outline. I don't actually have footage of that, but I'm sure you can find it online. I just don't want to take somebody else's footage. Kind of like Dark Souls in a way, and you just cannot engage with them like at all. They're sort of off in their own universe, which is not really what we were told, especially from Sean Murray. I mean, in a number of interviews, he said that you could find players, interact with them, and even shoot them if you wanted to. So I don't know if things are going to change in that area, or if you get to the galactic center, you go to like some like open galaxy, or something weird's gonna happen, or like a DLC down the road where you can actually engage with other players. Because eventually, over time, we're gonna get to the point where, yeah, although there's like 18 quintillion planets or something ridiculous, people are gonna want to meet up, and there's gonna be like solar systems that are going to be the most popular, and people are going to be going there, like galactic hubs. And I feel like that's just a huge missed opportunity if they don't do something like that. So I'm pretty bummed out about the whole multiplayer situation, but honestly, there really hasn't been a whole lot of information about what's going on there, and what changed and why it changed. But hopefully soon we will get an answer. And I don't know. For me right now, it's not a game changer. I'm still really liking the game. Even though it may not necessarily lived up to the hype completely. I just played it for 7 hours straight, and just making this video, I want to go back and play more. And that's a good feeling for me. If I can get a play session like that out there and still have fun and still want to come back and play some more, that's a solid game for me. Maybe it might not be for you, to each their own, but I'm having a lot of fun with No Man's Sky, and I hope you guys are too. So thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know what you think of the game in the comment section below. You guys can also check out my daily live streams at twitch.tv/deadlyslob. I should be live right now doing a 24-hour live stream. We're trying to do 250 subscribers, so make sure you go to the Twitch link in the description box below and go watch that. And I will be live as well tomorrow morning, so you should definitely stick around then as well. So anyways, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you guys down the road.